Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Bitcoin is down a little bit, but pretty much just the normal sideways action, which truthfully we've been experiencing on Bitcoin since back here in the beginning of December. So it's been almost 60 days. To be exact, it's been 58 days of literally just sideways movement. If you want to view Bitcoin like that, 60 days ago, we were at the exact same price that we are right now. So bear that in mind when you think about what corrections are looking like so far in this entire Bitcoin cycle. So far in this rally, we have really not had any sustained down periods in this market. It's been 20% corrections followed by sideways movement for a month or two before another leg up. So is this time going to be different? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows, man? Who knows? I am exhausted, guys. I am exhausted, but we're here for another day. We're here for another live stream. I'm sorry I wasn't able to go live yesterday, but to be exact, I was in a meeting with Senator Perry and then followed by Representative Barnaby. So yesterday was a very eventful day at the Florida Capitol. We're going to talk about all of that. We're also going to talk about where Bitcoin, I think, might be headed, and then just chit-chat about crypto and about the bills that are being passed, because there are 5 bills currently floating around the Florida Capitol, all related to crypto, specifically Bitcoin, because they're really only focused on regulating Bitcoin. But there was one on DAOs, and I think that the DAO bill applies very closely to what we're doing here with DeSci. So... Good morning, Zemo. Good morning, Sawyer. Good morning, FTW and Steve the Canadian. What's good, guys? To be exact, that's awesome. Let's fucking go, guys. Let's fucking go. Glad to see you're hosting this live this morning. I checked with HR and you're running low on PTO. That's funny as fuck, FTW, that you think my company gives me any PTO. Are you joking? I don't get any PTO. I don't have to ask for time off, but if I take time off, and it's certainly not paid. Certainly not paid. It's strictly just time off. Oh God, my boss is an asshole. If any of you guys want to form a union with me, I would be so happy to join. You know what sucks? I was gonna take a sip out of my water before I went live, and I looked over, and there was just shit floating in it, because, not actual shit, alright? Not actual shit, but my cats were drinking out of it this morning, and now there's just like crap in the water, and I'm like, great, now I gotta not have any water because I don't have time to go refill it. Good morning, old man. No, damn, you're here early, my man. You're here early. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin for a second and see where it could be going. So, when we take a second and look, obviously they're refreshing the page, so we don't actually have any of the shit to look at. But Bitcoin came up and filled the liquidity zones up here that we had established a few days ago. I think at the end of last week, we'd established that there was some liquidity for Bitcoin up around 44,000. And so it went up and filled that liquidity zones. Now it's starting to pull back a little bit. There is no more liquidity up above Bitcoin right now. The only liquidity up above Bitcoin is close to that all-time high again, or the local top again. So either we come back up to this $48,000 area, and that's where we're headed right away, which kind of goes in line with what Duck has been saying in the Discord. Duck's been saying 48.8 for quite some time here. So either we come back up and put in all-time highs again for this year, for this cycle, or we're headed back down, and there is some liquidity below us. It's annoying that it won't show me the chart, but there is some liquidity below us around that $38,000 area. So it's kind of a coin toss in the moment. It looks like we're starting to round back over, but the RSI had just reset, right? The RSI had just come back down close to the oversold territory. So it's possible we build out support and then continue the momentum upwards. We're just gonna have to wait and see on this one. I think regardless as to what happens to the price of Bitcoin right now, most of the altcoins have been damaged pretty badly. Most of the altcoins that you're paying attention to are probably down a good chunk. And so I don't think that it's a bad time to be scooping up any of these altcoins. I just don't know if they're going to get even cheaper. But again, I don't think that it's going to matter, right? So if you have a ton of cash on the sidelines, you're starting to get a little bit antsy. I think that it's probably good time to start deploying a little bit of money here and there. What's good, R3A? Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate you giving that super chat. You circumnavigated everything. You found a way. My Phantom wallet. You gave me $1. Let's fucking go. That's my first one. That's the first money I've made off YouTube. So shout out you. Respectfully, ain't gonna happen. Ask the Magic 8 Ball, and we aren't going above 45. I mean, I got a ton of cash. My portfolio right now is still cash heavy. Like, I just started buying a little bit of Gene. I still have mostly cash, so I will be extremely happy if it doesn't happen. I want to deploy all of this, and if we get that 30 to 40% correction, if Bitcoin does enter into the lower 30,000s, really just under 35,000, I will be scooping up. I will be accumulating like crazy. We'll draw a little circle. Before the halving, I still think we're probably headed to test this line again. I will be scooping up like crazy if we're down in here. I like everything. I will be 100% in this market. If that happens, I will go 100% in the market. But time shall tell. Yo, yo, yo. Don't forget me when you become a big channel. Let's go. Of course I wouldn't. Of course I would never. I would never. I won't forget any of you guys. Especially because each and every one of you guys have already, without even me checking, without even me asking you guys, each and every one of you guys already hit that like button. That's crazy. That's so crazy. So of course I would never forget you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, that's weird. Only 3 likes, but there's 11 concurrent viewers. I guess I'm only remembering 3 of you. That's weird. That's weird. I guess you guys don't like the live stream. All right, we're going to talk about the 5 bills, okay? I know we don't talk about political shit, but unfortunately, we have to get involved if we want things to pass, right? Because from my experience yesterday, and I genuinely mean this, I know we all know this, right? Deep in our hearts, each and every one of us understands this, but seeing it firsthand was like a shot in the gut. Nobody in Congress, nobody at the Capitals making these bills, regulating this industry, have any idea what is going on. None of them. I'm sure there's a handful. There's probably like 5 or 10. 10% of the people there know what's happening. I know we know that. Okay, deep down, I know we understand that they don't know what they're regulating, but like seeing it in action, I was like, guys, come on. We've been talking about a Dow bill, right? We sat down with literally the financial regulators of the entire state of Florida. We sat down with them and we talked about what DAOs are. Not even that. We talked about the bill to regulate DAOs. Okay, decentralized autonomous organizations. Most of DeSci is made up of DAOs, so I was really excited about this one, and I was excited to get involved with it to see how it was going to get scoped. Because right now, there's not a framework. There's not a framework for DAOs to become like legally operating organizations in the country outside of Wyoming, but nobody likes Wyoming, right? So we're sitting and we're like, how can we make it so that it's a safe haven for DAOs in Florida? And we're talking about regulation and they're bringing up questions and we're ranting to them. And then somebody goes, do you guys know what a decentralized autonomous organization is? Crickets. 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 They had no idea. They had literally, I think one of the dudes did, and that's because he was the head of the fintech division and he was 27. So he was young as hell. He understood because he's involved in crypto. And yeah, in crypto, what the hell? In crypto. Crickets! None of the people who were regulating what a DAO was legally knew what the fuck a DAO was. I was like, guys, let's take it back a step. Oh my God, I didn't know we were dealing with amateurs. My Discord could regulate DAOs better than you. And guess what? You actually could. Like, we're literally writing the bills right now, and the people writing the bills are willing to take on anyone who wants to contribute to it. So genuinely, you could write the bill for a DAO, for how to regulate a DAO. So if you guys have ideas, I pushed it twice. Wait, MK, no, push it a third time, MK. You have to push the like button, and even a number of times. MK, wait. You unliked it. You unliked it. Home DAO to end homelessness. Probably do better than the government does with it. Oh God. I ain't gonna make it. No. This is not new. They never know. Yeah, I know. Oh God, what's good, Steven? Yeah, it's just like, holy shit, guys. Holy shit. So we talked about 5 bills though. And it's cool to see because it's actually like, this is the procedure. There's rules and regulations that Congress follows, and like this actually is the procedure for getting stuff passed. And so we talked about a bit license bill. The bit license bill essentially just means that you need to, if you want to transact in Bitcoin, if you want to be a company that transacts or accepts Bitcoin, if you're going to hold it for any period of time, even if it's a fraction of a second, you have to register with you have to get a license to do it. And that's what everyone was there for pretty much. A majority of the people were there for that. The bit license bill and the kiosk bill, because they fundamentally disagree with that premise. Because if you're holding on to Bitcoin as a third party for like an instant of a second in between transactions, right? Just so that your local grocery store, your local restaurant doesn't have to understand how to take custody of Bitcoin. They can just use a third-party service. You'd have to get a license for it, but there already are licenses that encompass everything that you need to do for it. And so it's a money transmitter license. So they were saying this would kill the industry. This would make it way too difficult to do anything because each and every company would have to register as well. So that was cool because it looks like that bill is completely dead. Then we got, well, let me pull up the pictures of these guys so it doesn't look like you're just staring at the chart. I'm going to tell you guys something funny, okay? Before I pull up any pictures of anyone, one of the people who we talked to, we sat down with him and he was literally like, guys, I'm going to be honest. I didn't read it. I passed, I like approved it, got it in for discussion, didn't read it. Don't actually care because I'm retiring this year and I won't be here for next session. So like, you guys, we can talk about it if you want, but you're wasting your time here. I do not care if it passes and I don't even know what it is. I was like, thanks for signing it into the conversation then, my man. Oh, what the hell? But this is Senator Perry, this guy. So this is the man that we were chatting with about the bit license bill. He said it's pretty much dead in the water. Not going to get through in its current form, which was good because that's what they wanted. They didn't want to stifle innovation. It would just make it too much friction. There's already ways for people to conduct it. There's already ways for people to conduct in Bitcoin. All right, second thing that we talked about was the Bitcoin sales tax holiday. I know what you're thinking. They never read. It's probably 9,000 pages long. You're not wrong. These bills aren't as long because there's not major corporate lobbying firms that are like actually getting their hands on it and trying to change and make it so that it's their own corporate greed in these bills. Right now, it's literally like, okay, I want you to think about this for a second, okay? I'm not actually a lobbyist, right? I didn't actually go lobby, but I went to contribute to the formation of these bills, right? A lobbyist is something very specific. I am not a lobbyist, but I went to contribute with these bills and do things that are similar to what lobbyists do, only I'm not on retainer, I don't get paid for it, right? So it's not actual lobbying. Who the fuck am I? Why am I out there helping with the formation of these bills? Genuinely. I'm not trying to like, I think I know what I'm talking about. And so like, I feel like I have the good intentions and I can understand and contribute to some capacity, but tell me how there's nobody there genuinely is nobody doing this right now. And so the bar is so low that even me, that investor on YouTube with 11 concurrent viewers and 10 likes still, somehow one of you guys still hasn't liked it. I am out there doing this kind of stuff. So it's crazy. We talked about the Bitcoin sales tax bill that got proposed. This guy signed it in the state of Florida, just like you have sales tax holidays where it's like, oh, for this day, this weekend, you don't have to pay any sales tax to the state that you live in if you go buy anything, right? That would apply for a weekend or a day in Florida where you could buy anything you want with Bitcoin and not pay any sales taxes. So that looks like it actually might go through. That I think everyone is on board with that because it's such a weird, novel thing that people from around the world would likely come to Florida just to spend during that period. I know they can't capture any revenue, whatever, and that's kind of the only pushback is like, hey, how is this actually, we can't project how much lost revenue we're going to have. And it's like, yep, but it's going to make Florida like the safe haven for crypto. It's going to make it look like it's the crypto place to be, you know? I'd vote ChatGPT for some positions. You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. You greased some palms. I know it, dude. I had grease everywhere. Everything I touched after that was greasy. Everything. You are Sir Patrick, a little YouTube channel who is not tainted by the political waters yet. ... Won't be tainted. I have no intention of actually getting involved politically like that, but this I feel like is the bare minimum to do because the industry is booming and I want Florida to be the hub. I want Florida to capture as much of it as possible. All right, next one. Next guy that we met with. No women. We didn't meet with any. There was one woman, but she was part of a broader group. Senator I'm so bad at spelling. Brodier. Why does this guy look like what's the other political dude's name? Why does this guy look so much like what's his name from Texas? Holy shit. You guys know who I'm talking about? That's funny as fuck. No offense to this guy. He was a great guy. He was very nice. He looks like the trolling guy. He was a very nice dude. And we talked about the Bitcoin sales tax and the Dow bill. The Dow bill I'm very excited about. So the Dow bill is literally just trying to regulate what the fuck a DAO is. But unfortunately, a DAO can literally just be a multi-sig wallet. Fundamentally speaking, a DAO is no different than a multi-sig wallet. So they're trying to regulate multi-sig wallets in which you have one wallet which is custodying funds, and then two people who need to co-sign in order to get a transaction through. That is technically a DAO. So they're trying to regulate that in the same manner that they're trying to regulate Polkadot, because Polkadot is also functioning similarly to a DAO, you know? So it's very confusing. It's like those are two fundamentally different things. You can't regulate the two things like that together. It's hard to explain that to people. There was also another senator, another person who had this genius idea, okay? And I'm gonna put a poll here, all right? Start a poll. Can this be done? All right, I'm starting the poll. Do not vote on it before I ask the question, okay? Fundamentally speaking, you don't know don't vote on the poll yet, okay? Don't vote on the poll. You ready? If somebody was to all right, who did that? Who just said no? I didn't even ask the question yet. Who just voted on the poll? What the hell, FTW? You don't even know what it is. Not me. Not me, FTW. You just said you voted. What the hell? If somebody steals your Bitcoin, the next time... I haven't even asked. Chill, guys. If somebody steals your Bitcoin, the next time that person goes to transact with that Bitcoin, can you intercept the transaction? If I steal all of your Bitcoin and then I go send it to my buddy in a tax haven, can you intercept that transaction on Bitcoin? Yes or no? We need to start this poll over now. No, it's too late. It's too late, FTW. You already voted. You already soiled the poll. It's 50-50. We got 3 votes in, 2 for no. Ooh, people are saying yes. We got 6 votes in, 50-50, yes or no. Are you asking currently? Yes, this is the question. Let me even change it up a little bit. If I send you Bitcoin, can someone intercept that transaction and take the Bitcoin? Right? When I open up my wallet to hand you money, and make sure you can't see anything. Let me cover. When I open up my wallet to take out some money and hand it to you on the blockchain, can someone reach their hand in and grab it from me before it gets to you? We got 9 votes in. 56% say yes. 44% say no. PvP, my man. Once you send it, it's in the tube at the bank. Nope. Misclicked. Yes. So this is cool. Yeah, Henry says it wants to change my answer to no. All right, thank you, Henry. I will mentally note that. We got one extra for no, which means it's leaning towards no. Okay, so this is actually what makes cryptocurrency cool. It is immutable. The answer is no. Nobody can come take it. That's the whole point of crypto. That's the whole point of Bitcoin. Nobody can come take your Bitcoin, period. Nobody can intercept it. Nobody can take it. It's embedded into the code. You cannot take it. So we got into an argument with one of the representatives, one of the Congress people. I don't even know what the fuck to call him, all right? One of the political people we were talking with, we got into an argument with him because he's a software engineer, and he said, nothing's impossible. We can just take it back from the criminals. If they take Bitcoin from my old grandma, we can just take it back out of their wallet. Next time they go to spend it, we could just seize it. We're the government. And it's like, well, no. Unless they interact through Coinbase, unless they interact through a custodial exchange, if it's non-custodial, if they hold on to it, you could never take it back. So you can put it in the bill that will just take back all the Bitcoin that gets stolen. But it's not, you can't do that. Unless they go through a third party. In that case, you could seize from the third party, yes, because they want to comply with the law, right? They want to comply with the law, but they fundamentally, you can't take it. The other thing is, how many Bitcoin, well, you guys probably know that. How many Bitcoin are there? How many Bitcoin are in existence? Not right now, but like how many Bitcoin will there ever be? Okay, I guess they just answered it for me. How many Bitcoin will there ever be? 21 million. 21 Milky Millie. I like that, FTW. I like that. 21 million Bitcoin. There are 100 million sats in a Bitcoin. A sat is the smallest unit that you can break a Bitcoin into. 100 million, all right? So if you take 21 million times 100 million, that means that there will be 2.1 quadrillion sats, okay? A sat is the smallest unit of a Bitcoin. A sat is the smallest unit of a Bitcoin. There will be 21 quadrillion sats, okay? Each sat has a unique identifier. So they're saying, the idea from the senator was, if I send you one Bitcoin, we could just keep track of it because there's a digital footprint. There's a digital keystone for each and every Bitcoin, right? And so if I see that Bitcoin in transit again, I'll just take it. I'll just take it back. And the government will hold on to it because they never return the funds they actually seize from criminals. They just keep it for their own tax revenue to subsidize their tax revenue. They don't ever give it back to the victims of the criminal activity, but that's a different story. That's why the government has so much Bitcoin, because they seized it from illicit activities and then they just hold on to it. That means there's 2.1 quadrillion coins that they need to pay attention to, all right? That's absurd. The actual supply of Bitcoin from a technical point of view is 2.1 quadrillion. That's like a logistical nightmare. And then what happens if they use a mixer and mix up all of the sats? Because they don't stay together. Each transaction is just a subset of sats. And my Satoshis in my wallet likely are not all in numerical order. It's likely not how it is right now because they get mixed up. They get mixed up all the time. People don't always transact in one Bitcoin, right? So the pools are just whatever you can get. But now I'm getting into the technical side of things. His proposal was impossible. So we had to explain that to him. And it's fine. It's fine. Everyone's learning at their own pace, right? Then we had the kiosk bill, which I don't really like kiosks, so I don't actually really care what it says. But the kiosks are those Bitcoin kiosks. Don't ever use them. The guys are really nice people, but don't ever use one of these. Essentially, they're nervous. Regulators are nervous that these are being used by scam artists. Like you call up grandma and you're like, you need to go to a Bitcoin kiosk and you need to send me $1,000 in Bitcoin right now, or else I'm gonna break up with you. And like people are doing it. People are doing it over and over again. And so they're just trying to figure out a way to stop it. Basically, the problem is that the kiosk charges you like a 10% fee. And it's like, you put your cash in. Oh my God, I pulled 10% out of my ass and I was spot on with that. 9 to 12%, as high as 20%. The kiosk is literally just robbery. There's no point in doing it because you funnel money into it. I put $100 into the kiosk. I'm like, here, take it. And then they print out a little piece of paper, which I then go to my app, right? I go to the app that I have to download to use the kiosk, and I type in the little QR code, I scan it, and then it just like downloads the transaction onto my wallet. So it's like, it's not any easier. It's literally the same thing as just going to your bank and transferring money over into an app that does it for you, that doesn't charge you 20%. It's not any different. I put the $100 into an ATM, it prints out a little QR code, I go to my app that I already had to download, I scan the QR code, and it pops up the wallet that $20 is in. But I need an app already to tell it what wallet to send it to so that I can have it all in one spot, because they want you to be able to, they're goofy. Then, the kiosk, so we did the BitLicense bill, the sales tax bill, the DAO bill, the kiosk bill. The last thing was digital gold bill. That one already passed. That was us just going to Representative Bankson, but he was busy. So we didn't actually get to chat with him. But this man's, that was us going just to say thank you, because in the state of Florida, you can transact with digital gold, or at least it's about to get passed that you'll be able to transact in digital gold. But the way it's worded, it's that you can transact with digital commodities. You can make currencies and transact with digital commodities. They did not say digital gold because they want to leave the door open for oil or silver or platinum or titanium or whatever the commodity is. You are now able to make currencies and transact with, or it's about to pass. I don't think it actually has passed yet, but with digital commodities. Do you guys see where that might be unique? Do you guys see where that's a unique wordage thing, where they just inadvertently made it legal for Bitcoin, a digital commodity? Aha, that's the political game. That's the game that everyone's playing. Ha ha ha! It's amazing how they can know nothing about what they're voting on, and it affects so many lives with nearly no knowledge. Yep. It is quite astonishing to see it, but that's why they have lobbyists. That's the rationality behind lobbyists, because these people, there is no shade to this guy, right? No shade to this guy. I'm sure he does not beat his wife. I'm sure he is a nice, humbled human. I'm trying to get it to like look not distorted. I'm sure they're all nice people on the surface, right? They all have their moments. They like playing golf, whatever it is. There is no feasible way that they could read all like 20,000 bills that get proposed, right? So they take 20,000 meetings with people who have read through the bill and express their concerns. And so you're not putting your trust into the politicians, you're putting your trust into the advisors. You're putting your trust into the people like me who are going to the Capitol to talk to the people about what the bill actually states and to give our concerns. The only issue is that nobody in their right mind is going to go and do that without an ulterior motive. Nobody. I have one too. It's that I want DAOs to become legal in Florida so that I don't go to jail for helping DAOs, right? I'm helping a lot of these DeSci plays and they're almost all DAOs. And I want that to be a safe haven in Florida so that I don't have to go to jail. I have an ulterior motive for going as well. Everyone does. Everyone. And so like the people who are really making the laws and guiding where the laws are going are the people who are advising the politicians on what to do. It's just the system. I don't know. It's just the system. It's like you can get mad about the game and it is angering, but at the end of the day, you're born into it and you kind of have to play the game. Otherwise, someone else is going to play the game. And I don't know, man. I don't like it either. I don't like it any more than you guys. I don't. But it also is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was a fun day. Yesterday was an absolute blast, and I appreciate Sam for bringing me. I really do. This is what he does for work, and I appreciate him for bringing me. So shout out Sam Arms. His name is Arms because he's got big arms. Shout out Sam Arm. Go follow him. Truthfully, he's a smart man, and he's making an impact in Florida. He's making an impact. I play golf. What the fuck? I'm sorry, MK. I'm sure you're a nice non-wife beater as well. What the hell, Steve? He more than likely chokes his pet parrot when it disrespects him. What the hell? Oh god. How do you access these DeSci coins? I'm in a good mood right now. Alright? Generally speaking, my man, I'm gonna tell you to figure it out on your own because it's really not that hard, right? Okay, just expose my balance like that. Just expose my balance here like that. Generally speaking, I'm going to tell you to go figure it out on your own because it's not that hard. You saw what I just did. It was like 20 seconds to pull it up. Uniswap, my man. Uniswap. Go to CoinMarketCap. Okay, go to CoinMarketCap. Type in whatever coin you're interested in buying. Let's type in SAD. There's no SAD coin. Let's make a SAD coin. Let's make a SAD coin. Whatever. Type in whatever coin you're interested in scooping up, right? You click on it. This looks like SAD. It's probably a scam. DYOR. It looks like it's a scam, but it doesn't matter because they still list where you can buy it. On PancakeSwap V2, you can get SAD if you trade it for AEC. Alright? That works for every single cryptocurrency in existence. Right? Baby Jerry wrapped BNB. You want to buy some Baby Jerry wrapped BNB? You type it in, you come down, all Baby Jerry pairs. On PancakeSwap V2, you can swap out Baby Jerry for some USDT. So you gotta buy USDT and then swap it to Baby Jerry. If you want to scoop up some Baby Jerry, which I heard is probably gonna be the next Bitcoin. I heard on the street that Baby Jerry was probably gonna be worth as much as a Bitcoin. Just saying. I'm just kidding. Yeah, absolutely, Zemo. Absolutely. But yeah, Uniswap for most of the DeSci stuff. Unless you want Noble Blocks, then you gotta go to Bitfinity. Which, I actually gotta check my Telegram soon, cause your boy might be helping Bitfinity here in a minute. Just saying. Not confirmed yet, but I might be in the works. Might be in the works. Alright. That's pretty much how the day at the Capitol went. It was a great time. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I just had a lot of fun. It was an exhausting day though, because I had to get up at 2:45 yesterday. That's why I didn't go live. I got up at 2:45 a.m. and I got back at 11:30 p.m. Baby Jerry isn't DeSci. You don't know that. MK, you do not know that. But I was exhausted yesterday. I got up. How many hours is that? Can somebody do the math for me? It was a long day, so excuse me for not having gone live yesterday. I did schedule the YouTube video to come out during it though. I scheduled my YouTube video so that there would be content that I created because I knew I wouldn't be able to make anything. This is huge news for DeSci, by the way. Data Lake, this Data Lake partnership. I think I might have to change the thumbnail. It looks a little bit too sus. But this is huge news for DeSci. Your excuse is currently pending approval. All right, FTW. Approval from who? Approval from who? I intentionally cracked my voice there, by the way. Don't make fun of me for it. The boss. The boss. Let's go to Dex Tools. From us. This is how it works now. You're not even wrong, though. People think like being self-employed or becoming an entrepreneur is like you work for yourself. No, you work for whoever gives you the money. Right now, nobody gives me the money, so I guess it is working for me. Well, wait a second. Hold up. I promised I wouldn't forget. Right now, R3A gives me the money. So right now, I work for R3A. Right now, I work for R3A. But being an entrepreneur, being self-employed, you never work for yourself. You always work for whoever is paying the bills, right? This is Genome's DAO. It's breaking down, and I think it's going to become even cheaper. It might end up hitting that $2 million market cap, which will be kind of sad for us that bought. I've been buying right here in this area, so it'll be a little bit sad, but at the same time, super pumped. Because if we come down and see it that cheap, you bet your ass I will be scooping up as much as I can. You are a YouTube politician and we fund you with views. You will work every day, damn it, or we will write a strongly worded letter. It's just the way it is, but the job comes with free donuts when you retire. I'll take it. Free donuts? Are you joking? You joking? I'll do this for free donuts. I do this because I enjoy it. I do this for actually a lot of reasons, but effectively, social capital is one of the most valuable things out there. Social capital. I don't really have much here, don't really have much here, although I'm grateful for it. I have a good chunk on TikTok. It's wild though, because nobody actually gives a fuck about what you have to say until they find out that you have some followers. It's mind-numbing to see it, but I've been seeing it firsthand, right? As I've got 70,000 followers on TikTok. Nobody cares about anything I have to say until they know that. It's crazy. It's actually mind-blowing to see that. Nobody gives a fuck until they think you are somebody. And I get it, because what reasoning do they have, you know? But it's just funny to see it actually be that way. How's the watch hours looking on your YouTube? Can you monetize yet? I think I appreciate the effort. It means a lot to me that everyone is going through this effort to get it. But it takes a long time to get YouTube watch hours up. So currently, I need 3,000 watch hours to get to level 1 monetization, which is not mid-roll ads, but rather the super chats and memberships and stuff like that. I need 4,000 watch hours to get to mid-roll ads, but 3,000 is the first level. Right now, qualified watch hours, because they don't qualify every hour for some reason, is 2244. So there's still 756 hours left of content that I have to watch. If we divide this by 24, oh, well, we don't want to divide by 24. Divide it by 8, because there's 8 hours in a working day, right? Don't want to do 24 hours a day. Divide it by working days. That means that there is 3 months of nonstop work to get it. There are 13 people in here, which means we could do it in a week. But that means everyone's full-time job here for the next week must be to watch every piece of my content. I honestly don't, now that I'm putting it like that, I don't even think it's that ridiculous. I thought it was going to be kind of absurd, but I think for a week, right, I'm going to give you guys, now we multiplied this, right? Well, I'll pay you guys. I'll pay you guys for it, okay? So it's like, it'll be your full-time job. Multiply this by the 8 hours, right, to get back to how many hours it is. So 58 hours. Okay. That's not bad. 58 hours of work for everyone. 58 hours this week. That's not a bad work week. That's actually pretty modest. That's pretty modest. I put in usually between like 80 to 100 hours a week. So 58 hours is pretty modest, right? I'll give you guys $10 divided by 58 hours work week. So you guys will get 17 cents an hour. I think that's reasonable. I think that's reasonable, guys. 17 cents an hour is a pretty high paying job in this day and age. Will you endorse my DSci Twitter account? Hell yeah. Do you guys want to like really get a scheme going? You guys really want to scheme here? We can scheme hard. Do you guys want to scheme? Yes or no? I'll put a poll in the chat. Shall these investors scheme? Shall these investors scheme? Probably is Fiverr ads and services that'll do this, yeah. Probably. The problem is that like YouTube despises it. This, what we're doing right here, YouTube actually despises it. It's legal. It's perfectly legal. Oh, the scheme? Yeah, the scheme is also legal. The scheme is also legal. A scheme? What is a scheme? A plan, design, or program of action to be followed. Nothing more, nothing less. We are simply going to be creating a plan of action. that each and every one of those investors shall follow. Who voted no? Who just voted no? Who just voted no for the scheme? We were going to do it. Everyone was convinced to do it. And then somebody said no. Somebody doesn't want a scheme? What was I going to search? There was something I was going to search. That's all right. It's all right. Okay, Steve the Canadian. Okay, Canadian, sir. Uh-huh. So if one person gets you over the line, they get $9.86 after 58 days. Make it an even 10 and you got it. Let's go. I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't tempt me with a good time like that. I'll do it. Another person voted no? All right, you guys are voted out. You guys are voted out. Out of the house. Mods, ban them. My scheme here, okay? My scheme here is that there is nobody making DeSci content like I am. Nobody, right? This idea was just given to me via Stephen Livingston. Will you endorse my DeSci Twitter account? I would happily endorse it, and I actually implore each and every one of you to also endorse it, okay? There are a few people making DeSci stuff, but they talk about it every now and then. Like, this is the Wolf of DeFi talking about DeSci, talking about Lake, okay? Cool. He's trying to segue in. He's trying to come in on our turf. He's trying to encroach on our turf. Look there I am again, that investor, DeSci. Oh, look, there I am again, that investor, DeSci. Here's Josh. Cool. Josh is my mentor, so that's fine. That's fine. Let's keep scrolling. This guy's good too. Crypto Jesus. I like Crypto Jesus. You get the point, right? So I have a mini monopoly here, but there is power in numbers. There is power in numbers, and I will happily repost things that you guys create if you dedicate the account to two things: DeSci and those investors. We will storm the beach of Normandy as those investors taking over the entire DeSci space. That is my scheme here. That is my proposition. And it comes with value. It comes with value. It's not just me asking you to put in work without any return. It'll pay more than 17 cents per hour, likely. Maybe not. I don't want to guarantee any of that, actually. Don't want to be guaranteeing that. It seems as if there are some of you who are ready. All right? It seems as if there are 77% of you guys who are ready for this mission. Make Twitter accounts dedicated to DeSci. We will repost each other's content, we will like each other's content, and we will promote whatever DeSci projects or DeSci news that is happening in the space, so long as somewhere in the bio it just says those investors, right? That's all I'm asking for the scheme. That's all I'm looking to get out of it. Those investors. The value proposition is that we look like an army of people. I already have a lot of DeSci people in my DMs who I've been chatting back and forth with because I, currently speaking, have a monopoly on the sector. Look at the interviews that I've been putting out. I'm not like trying to tote my boat. And I know that I've said it multiple times, right? I know that I've said it multiple times. And it kind of sounds like I'm bragging, and I will continue to brag, actually, because it's fine. Floop's here. You're fine, buddy. You're fine. Meow. Listen, we create it's no longer monopoly. I don't know what it would be called, but like an oligopoly. An oligopoly. We will create the oligopoly of DeSci to show the projects in DeSci that they need those investors if they want to succeed. In exchange, some of the allocations that I get in exchange for that as leader will go to the Discord. Make sense? We already got Discord stuff. I'm already thinking, it already worked with Noble Blocks, right? Already worked with Noble Blocks. I got a call with him today to discuss some more details about it. And I will be giving away Noble tokens in the Discord, right? This is not a pump and dump group. This is not a pump and dump group. All right, be very clear about that. This is for DeSci. This is to make these companies who have actual products known. If they want advertising, they must come through those investors. Probably shouldn't have likened it to a pump and dump group at all, because now I guarantee you guys are not correct or not down for it. They have a product. Genomes DAO has a product. Look it. They posted this the other day. People are actually getting paid. You get your genomes tested, and look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 studies. 5 researchers coming and asking to give you money in exchange for some of your genetic information. 5 researchers. They're getting paid bank right now. They have an actual product. They have an actual product there. Do I answer Twitter DMs? I do. It's difficult. We got the hair shampoo. Exactly. MK. Exactly. Real utility. When Moon Clown. Moon Clown. Moon Cloud. My integrity isn't for sale, Patrick. Dream. This is not an integrity thing. This is not an integrity thing. This is to help promote a sector which removes a lot of the scumminess out of crypto. This allows for things that are not shitcoins to get more light. Look at, you type in shitcoin and just immediately get bombarded with advertisements. Immediately, people want you to waste your money on shitcoins. These are not shitcoins, as they have things that exist in the real world which benefit from decentralization. They benefit from the blockchain. I got all sweaty because Floop was here. Floop made me hot and nervous. It's just a proposition. You guys don't have to if you don't want to, but if you do want to, we can make a little group chat and we can chat about it with each other. Not for the purpose of pumping any of the tokens, but for the purpose of getting networking connections with all of the project leaders. We'll be a little army of shillfluencers. But again, not for the tokens, rather for the projects. See the clear distinction there? It's just a DAO. We're just advertising for the DAO, guys. It's all in the name of governance. And give us tips on how to get engagement? Absolutely. You gotta track people's eyes within the first tip. You must attract people's eyes within the first couple seconds. Look at, if Bitcoin ever only dips 20% this entire bull run, I'll be a happy investor. Shitty post. Absolute shit. It only got 2 likes. Actual piece of garbage post, right? Where's the other one though? Where'd my other post go? This one, I'm so sick of not having $1 million. Very similar in nature, but got 6 likes, a retweet, and a comment. Not a banger of a post, but way better, right? Makes sense. Because it's just like not a piece of shit. Video, why I gave up on quant. People immediately want to know why I gave up on quant. But this, if you have an opportunity to participate in a pre-sale or a launch, take it. Shit. Nobody has opportunities. People probably don't even know what I was talking about with that. You must grab attention immediately. I jumped on you for the quant. I know, I saw FTW. I saw. It's fine. I'm fine with people. I'm fine with it. I just think I'll be able to drastically outperform. I just think I'll drastically be able to outperform. Derek, we need Clown World to talk about Clown Token. That's what we need. I definitely need some pump action to quit my job. Things are going to pump. Things are going to pump. That's not even a question. I don't think that our group will be big enough to influence any of the prices. Talk to Lucas, get his community to pump it. No, it will happen organically. It is almost all consistency, dude. All social media is consistency. Think about even these live streams. If I didn't have HR to answer to and I didn't go live consistently, none of you guys would be chilling here with me, you know? Nobody would even know it existed if I wasn't consistent. Goes for all of it. Goes for all of it. The platforms will promote your stuff more if you're consistently posting, because the platforms make money off of people who can grow followings. People who grow followings are consistent because you need to show up every day. So not only do you feed into the people who are there to support you via creating content that can be consumed on a daily basis, but also the platform recognizes it and promotes it organically more because they perform better as a company if they have successful creators, right? So it's a little feedback loop. We can do the content in German. You can absolutely do the content in German. Do you schedule posts? Occasionally. I scheduled the post yesterday on my YouTube. I schedule tweets occasionally if I'm on top of my game, I'll schedule them. Yeah, I schedule. Not everything can be scheduled though. Like right now, oh my god, my brain just went very, very inappropriate. Holy shit. In that little split second where I paused for a moment, I just had a complete thought from start to finish. And I went out like 3 different scenarios. Each one of them was devastation. And so that thought will remain an inside thought, right? Not every thought needs to be an outside thought. But things evolve drastically, right? You never know when Jack Doherty is going to disrespect Aiden Ross and you need to tweet about it. So you can schedule your tweets, but that can't be it. That can just be like the constant line. That's like the bare minimum is to schedule some things so that you're there every day, but you need to be there every day as well to make sure that you catch things like when Jack Doherty disrespects Aiden Ross. And then you can be here and you go, OMG, what will this do to the price of BTC? You never know when you're going to need to do that kind of stuff, you know? I'm probably going to go delete it because that's going to show up on people's timelines and people are going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That was not a good tweet. That was just me being funny because I'm on the live stream and I don't like that. Why is this my Twitter? I'd be pissed. Oh man. All right, what do you guys want to chat about? Any coins that we should pay attention to? Have you guys been buying this dip? Have you guys been buying this dip on the altcoins and everything? Gene's not holding up too well. Cryo, I think, continues to die. Yep, Cryo's been continuing to die a little bit. I don't even think this is the actual token contract address. It's not wrapped Bitcoin. I think it might be. Is that actually what Cryo looks like? No bueno. Building out support, I guess. AXGT. Is that one out yet? Axon DAO governance. No data here. There are 8 holders. That's not true. I'm a holder. Lake continues to put in work, guys. Don't sleep on Data Lake. Do not sleep on Data Lake. It literally just continues to put out work every single week. Every week, god damn it. Not yet, more dip coming, I'll wait. I do think that we'll see, I hope we see some more dip, but I don't want to be stuck on the sidelines as somebody who's constantly waiting for a correction that never really happens, you know? Like, I remember vividly last cycle, right here, through this period of time. I'm getting PTSD from this period of time right here, okay? In which everyone was saying that there is a gap at $9,800. And I know we've talked about it before, but there was a CME gap right here. I think probably from here when we touched it for a moment. Everyone was saying, we're coming back down to CME. Once we fill that gap, it's clear skies ahead and we can go. And we never did. And a lot of people got left behind. There were content creators that were small that I was watching at the time that just fell off because they got embarrassed that they literally weren't in the market, you know? So I don't want that to be the same thing for me at all. And while I hope that we see another correction, I hope we continue coming down, and it low-key looks like we're starting to, right? It looks like we rebounded and starting to curl over again. I hope we see this. I don't want to get left behind. And so I have my money invested, and I will begin to purchase. Ultimately, just have a fucking plan, guys, right? MK, you got a plan. I'm down 40% on Gene. You want to know something funny? Logan? I bought Data Lake right around here. Right before this spike is when I bought Data Lake. And so let's just say I got a decent entry price down here at 0.18 pennies. We proceeded to fall down to 1 cent, which was a 40% correction. What was the correct decision to have done in this scenario? What was the correct thing to have done? A, sell all of it and move to the next. B, buy more. Buy more, motherfuckers. It proceeded to run up 2,000%, right? So, not saying Gene can do it. I think Gene will do it. I'm just unfathomably bullish on all things DeSci though. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Truthfully, take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I think that DeSci is going to put in work. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be committing my entire brand to it. But you have to practice risk mitigation. Practice risk mitigation. If you are nervous about how much money you have in something, then just don't add more, you know? Even if you're down, just let it sit. Your bags might be packed, just give it some time. Just give it some time. Speaking of time, your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully, this was worth investing it into. I'm going to do my best to provide a classroom today, but I am exhausted, and I have to catch up on some of the stuff I missed out on yesterday. We will be in the Discord. I will hold a chatting session in the Discord. Whether or not I have things to present to you is to be determined. I'd have to accumulate them over the next 2 hours. But keep an eye out for around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? Keep an eye out. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your time is your most valuable asset. Thank you all for being here with me, and I will see you guys in the next video.